Right guys, welcome to the channel. Just want to go over some scriptures today about Judas. I'm sure you've all heard of Judas or heard the term Judas used before at some point in your life, or heard of the man, etc. So yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about Judas, or Judas Iscariot as his name is in the Bible. Talk a little bit about that and about Jesus at Gethsemane as well. Scriptures on Judas and Jesus at Gethsemane. So yeah, guys, I hope you've all had a happy Sunday. I hope you enjoyed your Sunday dinner. If you had it, I never had any. I'm so jealous of you guys. But hope you enjoyed it. If you had a nice Sunday dinner, I miss those younger days where I had Sunday dinners every weekend. Had my mum cooking it for me. I miss those days. Hopefully I can find a wife one day to cook me Sunday dinner. That's not the only reason why I want a wife, obviously, but yeah, I'm not advertising. God, I'm not advertising, honestly. More concerned about following God and living out His purpose for my life. The wife can come later or when it's meant to, kind of thing. Enough said on that. But that's what I'm going to do today, guys. Go over. I'm laughing there. Going to go over scriptures on Judas Iscariot and Jesus at Gethsemane. So yeah, guys. Let's just go straight into it. So Jesus anointed at. No, I won't go into that. Yeah, Mark chapter 14, Jesus anointed at Bethany. Chapter 10 to chapter 11. This is a bit about Judas. Then Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 disciples, went to the chief priests to betray Jesus to them. They were delighted to hear this and promised to give him money. So he watched for an opportunity to hand him over. That's that part. And then you got the Last Supper. I'm sure you've all heard of the Last Supper. There's lots of famous paintings to do with the Last Supper. But I'm sure you've heard about the Last Supper, most of you probably. But yeah, I heard that term used before, kind of thing. On the first day of the Festival of Unleavened Bread, the Last Supper on the first day of the Festival of Unleavened Bread, when it was customary to sacrifice the Passover lamb, Jesus' disciples asked him, "Where do you want us to go and make preparations for you to eat the Passover?" So he sent two of his disciples, telling them, "Go into the city, and a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him. Say to the owner of the house he enters, 'The teacher asks, where is my guest room, where I may eat the Passover with my disciples? He will show you a large room upstairs, furnished and ready. Make preparations for us there.' The disciples left, went into the city and found things just as Jesus had told them. So they prepared the Passover. When evening came, Jesus arrived with the 12. While they were reclining at the table eating, he said, 'Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me, one who is eating with me.' They were saddened, and one by one they said to him, 'Surely you don't mean me?' 'It is one of the 12, he replied, 'one who dips bread into the bowl with me. The Son of Man will go just as it is written about him. But woe to that man who betrays the Son of Man.'" Son of Man's Jesus, by the way. "It would be better for him if he had not been born." While they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take it, this is my body." Then he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them. and they all drank from it. This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many. He said to them, truly I tell you, I will not drink again from the fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new in the kingdom of God. When they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. The whole blood and bread being his body, whole wine being the blood and bread being the body. That's where Holy Communion comes from. If any of you heard of Holy Communion, I know some of you have, you go to church, but yeah, Holy Communion, that's where that comes from, where you break bread and have a piece of bread and drink a bit of wine. It's in remembrance of Jesus, kind of thing, what Christians do at church. So yeah, just for any of you who was a bit unsure about that or didn't know, where next? Yeah, Gethsemane. Gethsemane. Yeah, I'll read about Gethsemane. They went to Gethsemane's Mark chapter 14, verses 32 to 42. I'll just read about that, and then more about Judas. They went to a place called Gethsemane, and Jesus said to his disciples, sit here while I pray. He took Peter, James and John along with him, and he began to be deeply distressed and troubled. My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death, he said to them. Stay here and keep watch. Going a little farther, he fell to the ground and prayed that if possible the hour might pass from him. Abba, Father, he said, everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me, yet not what I will, but what you will. Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. Simon, he said to Peter, are you asleep? Couldn't you keep watch for 1 hour? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Once more he went away and prayed the same thing. When he came back, he found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. They did not know what to say to him. Returning the third time, he said to them, are you still sleeping and resting? Enough, the hour has come. Look, the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer. Talking about Judas. A bit more about Judas now. Jesus arrested. This is actually the story of where Judas hands Jesus over to the chief priests and the teachers of the law. Jesus arrested. Mark chapter 14, verses 43 to 52. Just as he was speaking, Judas, one of the 12, appeared. With him was a crowd armed with swords and clubs sent from the chief priests, the teachers of the law and the elders. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away under guard. Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, Rabbi, and kissed him. The man seized Jesus and arrested him. Then one of those standing near drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. I am leading a rebellion. Am I leading a rebellion, said Jesus, that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I was with you teaching in the temple courts, and you did not arrest me, but the scriptures must be fulfilled. Then everyone deserted him and fled. A young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus. When they seized him, he fled naked, leaving his garment behind. Jesus and the Sanhedrin. I think that's pretty much all the scriptures on not on Jesus, on Judas, guys. I think so. Yeah, I think that's the all the scriptures on Judas kind of thing. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there, guys. I'll also tell you about Peter disowning Jesus. I missed that part out earlier. Jesus predicts Peter's denial. Mark chapter 14, 27 verses 27 to 31. You will fall away, Jesus told them, for it is written, I will strike the shepherd and the sheep will be scattered. You will fall away, Jesus told them, for it is written, I will strike the shepherd and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have risen, I will go ahead of you into Galilee. Peter declared, even if all fall away, I will not. Truly I tell you, Jesus answered, today, yes, tonight, before the cock crows twice, you yourself will disown me 3 times. But Peter insisted emphatically, even if I have to die with you, I will never disown you. And all the others said the same. That's Jesus predicting Peter's denial. And then you've got Mark chapter 14, verses 66 to 70. No, to 7 verses 66 to 72 even. I'll just read that. It goes on from what I've just talked about. While Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came by. When she saw Peter warming himself, she looked closely at him. You also were with that Nazarene, Jesus, she said. But he denied it. I don't know or understand what you're talking about, he said, and went out into the entrance. When the servant girl saw him there, she said again to those standing round them, this fellow is one of them. Again he denied it. After a little while, those standing near said to Peter, surely you are one of them, for you are a Galilean. He began to call down curses and he swore to them, I don't know this man you're talking about. Immediately the cock crowed the second time. Then Peter remembered the words Jesus had spoken to him, before the cock crows twice, you will disown me 3 times. And he broke down and wept. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's the word for today. A bit informative. Nothing really to explain. It's just pretty much doesn't really need an explanation. It kind of as is, like a bit like a lot of the Gospels. It's like Jesus's words or words about Jesus. So it's very hard to elaborate unless you were there, kind of thing. But yeah, guys, just a bit of information for you. Biblical information, scripture information for you to digest and think about, and yeah, just so you know a bit more about it, basically. Yeah, guys, I hope this word informed you at least about Judas and Jesus at Gethsemane, etc., and Peter's denial, and Jesus predicting his denial. So yeah, I hope this word informed you a bit, gave you a bit of clarity, maybe, perhaps. Yeah, hope you liked it, guys. Anyway, guys, I'll be back with more content soon. I need to get something out up on mental health statistics. That's what I'm going to try and do soon. Because I think Masood gave me an idea for that a while ago. I started it, but I kind of got sidetracked with life and doing other videos and stuff. Kind of been on the back burner for a bit. But I'm going to try and get something up on that soon. I'm going to try and make that a priority. I'll try my best with it anyway. I'll see what I can do. don't know how I'm going to go about doing it, because there's a lot of statistics out there kind of thing. I don't know how I'm going to put it into a concise format, but I'll try. I'll see how we get along with it anyway. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching as always. Really do appreciate every single one of you guys. Feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, share, and just to use any of the content for a reference or Bible study or for a reference or Bible study, or just to I don't know, learn anything. However you want to use it, I'm grateful and happy that you're doing so. So yeah, guys. All the best. I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye. Thank you. Much love. Bye.